When you say Niagara, you think of the falls. But drive just 10 minutes away from the falls and there's a completely different world. Today, I'm dipping my hands into water that's 12,000 years old. Today's mission is simple: go against the current. When everyone else flocks to the falls, I'm heading down in the opposite direction. Niagara from above is a postcard. But when you descend below, it becomes an experience. And today, instead of conquering peaks or taking on challenges, I'm going to focus on contemplation and appreciation. The stairs are longer than expected, but the journey starts right here. Your heart checks in first. This is a nature preserve, so you can only walk on the marked trails. We're just borrowing a landscape that has endured for 12,000 years. This gorge is where the waterfall used to pass through. According to New York State Museum data, over 12,000 years, the falls have retreated about 11 kilometers upstream. Tourists look at the present in front of the falls, while we walk through the past of the waterfall here in the gorge. Every single one of these rocks represents 12,000 years of time. When Champlain heard stories about the falls from indigenous people in 1604, the falls were already legendary. Then and now, the waterfall keeps moving. Champlain is widely known as the father of New France, and from 1603 to 1635, he stood at the center of France's North American colonial enterprise. Although he never saw the falls himself, he recorded stories of a massive waterfall he heard from indigenous peoples in his early 1600s writings, which became the starting point for introducing the existence of Niagara Falls to Europe. That's why I find myself pausing every so often while walking this path, thinking, how much time has flowed over this very rock I'm stepping on? What makes this path even more magnificent is that this isn't just a point, it's part of a line. According to UNESCO data, the Niagara Escarpment stretches 725 kilometers from Lake Ontario to the Bruce Peninsula. These few steps I'm taking right now are part of a 725-kilometer story. This is deep, not the surface, but the context. For the next 10 seconds, I'll walk without speaking. Walk with me. The moments from travel that last the longest aren't when you saw something, but when you stopped. My question for today is this: am I consuming this landscape right now, or am I experiencing it? Along the path carved by the falls 12,000 years ago, water that has just arrived brushes past my hand. It's cold. It snaps me awake. Taking a photo at a hot spot is great, but sometimes it's this kind of direct, tactile confirmation that makes a trip memorable. Want to know one more thing? The hands that were pressing the shutter in front of the falls are now feeling their way across the rock. This place is a sanctuary for climbers. Bouldering isn't a sport about ascending to the summit, but rather about catching your breath in front of a rock face and grasping fear and balance all at once. It becomes an experience that engraves Niagara into your body through that one brief movement. Tourism passes through the eyes, but memory remains in the body. Niagara is famous for its falls, but down in the gorge created by those falls, there's another world. Next time you visit, don't just look at the waterfall, go deep and descend. Today's field note: the gorge carved by the falls is a staircase that transforms tourism into contemplation. Today we open the door to Niagara's depths. If you come to Niagara, I hope you'll walk the gorge trails of the Glen and feel both the geological time carved by the falls 12,000 years ago and nature's grand sculpting work. If you want to make Niagara not just a place to visit once, but a place that keeps coming back to you, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications. Niagara the Deep. You have to go deep to truly see.